Welcome into South Florida Daily. We're coming to you today from Loggerhead Marine Life Center in Juno Beach.
We're having so much fun here today. We are learning everything we need to know about sea turtles. This is a working sea turtle hospital, and I've already made a few friends. You can see my friend Danny here. Houdini is another one, and Ranger. There are so many amazing patients here. You need to come check them out. Say hello to Danny and our friend Ranger. Maybe take a look at Houdini. These are magical, beautiful creatures that are being rehabbed in our backyard. It's such an amazing facility.
Loggerhead's open every day from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and admission is free. They have so many fun experiences and programs. Visit marinelife.org to learn more.
Welcome into South Florida Daily. We're so glad you're here to go on adventures with us throughout South Florida, the Palm Beaches, Treasure Coast, and beyond. South Florida Daily is on the move with Palmtran.
So we are an ocean conservation facility here in Juno Beach, and our focus is to promote the conservation of ocean ecosystems with, of course, a special focus on threatened and endangered sea turtles. So people can come here. We are an admission-free facility. We gladly accept donations, and they can learn all about the local sea turtle population and the current threats, what they can do to help, and share that with their friends and family. Sea turtles are definitely our focus. We have a special focus on those. We do have resident animals that are all native species representing really critical ecosystems where these sea turtles live. So we have a mangrove habitat, we have our Gulf Stream exhibit right behind us, we have a coral reef habitat, and we have a few other resident animals that you can see right here in South Florida. We have public guided tours that you can participate in. That's the best way to learn about our facility and our mission and the work that we do. We host those at 12 and 3 o'clock every day. But when you visit, you're welcome to go into our outdoor sea turtle hospital where all of our patients are in recovery. We do call our sea turtles patients here because we are an active working hospital. You can also visit our One Ocean Hall, which is our highly dynamic interactive exhibit area that has a digital reef, it has a seahorse exhibit, it also focuses on some of our invasive species that we see locally in South Florida. Lots to do here. There's so many ways to get involved with LMC. We have weekly beach cleanups on Saturdays at 8:30 every week throughout the year. We do have a volunteer program. If you're a member of our community and you wish to give back and be more involved with sea turtle and ocean conservation, you can volunteer with us in a lot of different capacities. We also host our junior marine camps throughout the year on school breaks for families with children.
You know that friend you have that has everything and you never know what to get them for a holiday?
Hard to buy for.
They're hard to buy for. I got my friend one time a turtle, a sea turtle.
What do you mean?
I adopted a sea turtle through Loggerhead, and that was my Christmas gift to her.
That's amazing. So
Yeah.
how do you adopt it?
You go to marinelife.org, you fill out the paperwork, you pay to adopt.
And they stay here. She doesn't actually have a turtle in her home.
No, they're staying here, but the adoption fee goes to helping their treatment. The adoption fee goes to paying for some of their treatments, and then she eventually got released back into the wild.
This is obviously a symbolic adoption. We're not taking any sea turtles home, but the support that you give through the sea turtle adoption program of the patient pays for their food and supports their overall care here. And in return, you can get a certificate of adoption and you can come visit your patient anytime here at LMC. We want people to feel empowered that small actions really can make a difference. I think it's really easy to feel a little powerless when there's a lot of things facing our ocean and a lot of changes in our environment. But we want people to leave LMC feeling like they can make a difference, they've learned a lot, and sharing that with their friends, family, and in their networks. That's really important. Education is key. To learn more about what we're doing here at Loggerhead Marine Life Center, you can visit our website at marinelife.org.
It was founded in 1896, but its enduring appeal is its timelessness. 140 acres of oceanfront property, a half-mile of private beach, golf courses, pools, and service that's been indulging guests for decades. At a moment like this, I'm reminded of the line from the great American comedian Groucho Marx, who said he would never join a club that would have him as a member. But with the breakers in Palm Beach, I'll gladly make an exception to a true hotel with a past. It was originally called the Palm Beach Inn. This was the second hotel founded in Florida by prominent oil tycoon and businessman Henry Morrison Flagler. His first hotel, the Royal Poinciana, opened in 1894 in Lake Worth, a city about 20 minutes south of Palm Beach in Palm Beach County. It soon became the largest hotel in the world, boasting 1,100 rooms. But when the Palm Beach Inn opened, regulars began asking for the hotel down by the breakers, and that's how this hotel got its name. And that Gilded Age at the turn of the 20th century is what the Breakers was built around. The Breakers was a place to see and be seen. And when the hotel went through extensive remodeling in the 1990s, they recreated a space just for people to socialize. Named after Henry Morrison Flagler, HMF is an ode to the Gilded Age's emphasis on gathering in communal areas. One of the most notable and historic features of the restaurant is the wine collection.
I started in November of 2000 and we had 710 selections for our Grand Award list. We've been a Grand Award winner since 1981, so over 35 years. And so I decided to increase those selections. We went from 710 selections and today we have over 2,000 references and we cover 17 countries.
And some of these bottles have a history of their own.
Some of our oldest bottles would be the 1907 Malmsey Madeira by Oliveras, which we sell by the 2 ounces for $150. But we have some beautiful older wines from the collection, such as the 1928 Lafite Rothschild, which is $5,200. We also have Pichon Lalande, 1929, and 2 bottles of 1929 Palmer or Palmer.
But once you go beyond the wine selection at the Breakers, you get to the real stars of the show, the cocktails. During the 1950s and 60s, the Breakers was an institution that embraced the classic cocktail culture. At HMF, you'll find modern twists on classics that have been served here for years, like this Railcar 91. It's their take on the sidecar. And that's not the only thing they've updated. The Breakers has also rejuvenated their entire menu. There's the warm onion and Reggiano dip, a take on the warm onion dips you might have had as a kid. Korean short ribs, shrimp pad thai, wood roasted Chilean sea bass, not to mention desserts, like their takes on the whoopie pie, and of course, they brought back the baked Alaska. The food here has a balance of modernity and preservation. And today, I'm getting to make one of their oldest recipes and a Palm Beach staple. So what are we making?
We're making some of our famous crab cakes from our seafood bar. This item's been on the menu for over 20 years. We're going to create a wet mix using these ingredients here. We have some eggs, some mayonnaise.
You never have enough mayonnaise, right?
Never have enough.
Not for crab. I hate dry crab cakes.
It's absolutely the worst. We're going to do a touch of lemon juice.
Of course, touch.
And a little parsley. And some Old Bay spice.
After I created the mixture, I was then ready to put the crab cakes together.
Might be a good idea to pack
Right
that
there?
in a little bit.
Okay. Like that?
Yeah, that's good.
Right in here?
Yes,
right
goes
here?
right into the PVC. Yeah, push that down.
Right, now breadcrumbs?
Yep, some breadcrumbs.
You ready for the push?
And then give it the push.
Give it the push.
You want a little pressure here so it holds it together.
Look at
All
that.
right.
Okay,
Not
now
bad.
you roll it around a little bit
Roll
like
it around
so.
a little bit. Yeah, gently so it doesn't fall apart.
Gently.
Not bad.
All right. I've made my first and only crab cake.
Yep,
Just right into here.
right into the hot oil. Yep.
After about 4 minutes, they were ready.
We have some mayonnaise and some roasted pureed tomatoes.
Right?
We'll put 1 crab cake on top of each one. And then we're going to top, we have a little bit of remoulade sauce,
Now we're
bread
talking.
and butter pickles, mayonnaise,
Now
a
we're
little salt and
talking.
pepper.
All right, here we go.
Yep, just try to get there you go. That's
Pretty good?
delicious.
So my compliments to the chef.
Absolutely.
Me.
Yeah.
Who knew? But people don't spend a lot of time in the kitchen here. I wanted to experience what brings most people to the Breakers in the first place, the beach. Back in 1896, there was a 1,000-foot long pier in front of the Breakers. But in 1928, that pier was demolished by a hurricane. The remains were left to form what is now called the Breakers Reef. And since the creation of that reef nearly 100 years ago, the Breakers have become a capital for water sports. Catch a ride on one of these. It's an electric catamaran. Get out there on the reef and see the nearly 400 species that call the reef home. This is a hotel that truly lives its history, where the owners aren't just remodeling and renovating, they're celebrating that history, then building from it. And that's what makes the Breakers a hotel with a past. I'm Peter Greenberg. Thanks for watching.
The South Florida Daily set is sponsored by El Dorado Furniture.
South Florida Daily is on the move with Palmtran.
Dawn on the African plains. Creatures stir in the mist and unusual noises fill the air as this kingdom comes to life. There's the anticipation of a thrilling adventure ahead. African safari is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. In fact, all of this natural wonder is available almost any time, and it has become a beloved part of Florida history. Welcome to Lion Country Safari.
I truly love this place. Our animals get to roam free in large herds, and we confine the people to their vehicles as they drive through. So that just brings out so many of the natural behaviors in these animals that you would only see in the wild.
There's something about driving to work and getting out of your car, and the first thing you hear in the morning is the lions and the siamangs and the gibbons and all the animals here that really make this place really special.
If you look beyond each tree or blade of grass, you'll find something very big going on. This is a place dedicated to conserving some of the most iconic animals on the planet. For more than 50 years, Florida's Lion Country Safari has offered the heart of Africa to those willing to drive a short distance west of the Atlantic Ocean. When Lion Country Safari first opened in the western Palm Beaches in 1967, it was the first drive-through safari park in the United States. 600 acres of habitat, adventure, education, and fun. You're invited to meet the animals and the staff who bring this magical land to life. Plus, you'll find out how the work here impacts animals around the world. Grab some water and a snack as we take you behind the scenes of this Florida landmark.
Lion Country Safari is fortunate to welcome 500,000 guests every single year from all over the world. In fact, we have welcomed about 50 million guests since opening in 1967. The park is broken up into 7 different sections. We have over 90 species in total here on safari and just over 1,000 animals. We work to breed these animals, and they're able to be born right here on safari, and they can range in a very natural setting.
I take care of our southern white rhinos here. We have 12 individuals, 11 of which are part of our main herd in this section.
The chimpanzee program here at Lion Country is really unique because we actually have our chimpanzees living outdoors on islands. We see a lot of very natural behaviors in these guys, I think as a result of the fact that they're allowed to just live away from human contact for the vast majority of the time.
We actually have one of the larger herds of giraffe in North America. We're very fortunate here that we have quite a bit of space. They have about 50 acres in their exhibit that they can run around and explore.
I'm a firm believer that happy animals tend to be healthy animals. So we put a lot of effort into making sure that these animals are happy, that they live in natural social groups, and it brings out a lot of their natural behaviors.
That effort is reflected in every part of the drive-through safari. It's broken up into 7 sections and is 4 miles long. The guests have a true feeling of being on an adventure and maximum time to see natural animal behavior.
Being able to drive your own vehicle through our safari, which is 4 miles in length, and view the animals from your car, and the animals roam free around you, the animals have the right of way, and as a result of these large, wide open spaces, we're able to have large herd sizes, a little bit different than you might see in a typical zoo. So, for example, the zebra, also some of the larger herds of southern white rhinos and giraffe in North America. And our wide open spaces and our ideal climate year-round allow us to have this amazing attraction right here in Palm Beach County.
Like these stories? Check us out on social at SouthFL Daily on Facebook and Instagram.
That's where we post those great giveaways and behind the scenes footage. Don't miss out. We'll be right back.
Visit us online and at all Eldorado Furniture showrooms.
Our friend Frank Licari is back on the town showing off the best that South Florida has to offer.
So before all the boats and the condos and the amazing houses here, what was Jupiter before that?
The lighthouse was the real first permanent settlement here in modern times, being finished in 1860.
Wow.
And it was several decades after that before we really got a town here.
So we are in the shadow of what you call a large tree, but you said tree. This looks like multiple trees to me.
There's a few places where you can see the roots hanging down like long strands of hair. And when those grab hold into the ground,
that's it.
They're going to turn into a whole extra trunk.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and there's a great story on why the tree is here. It commemorates the fact that the original keeper's house, here in this howling wilderness, 3 guys taking care of this lighthouse with no town around them. They lived in the house here. Right here, which tragically burned down in 1927.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me the banyan tree pushed them out. So who lives here? What's this about?
This house was built by a guy named George Tyndall, and he built this house in 1892, and it's now the oldest surviving home in Jupiter. We even got some historic vegetation in the yard with these pineapples. They know what a pineapple and a banana looks like.
Come to Jupiter, see our pineapples. That's nice.
Most people think when they hear Florida fruit, their first thing is, oh, it's oranges.
Oranges, sure.
But 100 years ago, it was pineapples.
And I've been learning strawberries. We were the center for peppers. I mean, we were
tomatoes, all
everything
sorts
here.
of stuff down here. That's what drew people down here. Is the great growing seasons. This big bell is from Pennock Plantation. It was set right in the middle of it as the lunch bell, the dinner bell, and the end of the workday, and the volunteer fire alarm bell.
Ever ring it? You ever just like on your own when you're by yourself on the? You just come over here on tight.
We occasionally have to watch people. They're like,
yeah, right. When you wanna, I want to hear it, and we don't get a chance to hear it.
Not today.
Fine, Josh. Whatever. Ruin my fun. Whatever. All right. It's a solid door, right?
Good iron door.
Yeah. How many stairs?
105 stairs to the top.
Do people ever not make it?
Sometimes they get up to one of the landings and they say, you know, that's all for today.
Oh, wow.
This is an amazing view. We got our inlet here. The lighthouse is particularly useful for the people using our inlet, which is very treacherous. Before modern times, the lighthouse had nothing to do with the inlet, but here we are called a landfall light. All the shipping that is trying to go from the Gulf of Mexico around Florida through those comparatively narrow Florida straits has to pass right by here. And we're actually east of Miami, east of Cape Canaveral. Easy to have a boat accident.
I want to talk a little bit because we passed by the actual lens.
Yes,
right?
it's something called a Fresnel lens. We are very proud that of 13 first order lenses, the biggest kind in America, we've got one of them and it's still active.
Tell me about the paint. Is there a special paint on the lighthouse?
We have to use very special paint made in Germany so that the bricks can breathe out all the moisture that we get here in South Florida.
The lens is from France. The paint is from Germany. The bricks are from?
Bricks are brought down from New England. We're actually
New England. All right.
We're standing on a deck that has big white brackets holding up, made out of Maine granite.
Thank God. Yes, this is a sturdy
Very
structure.
sturdy
So you
structure.
can come out here and you can see pretty much all of the area, right?
Yeah, it's
In
14
360.
miles to the horizon.
If you love prime steak, craft cocktails, and fresh seafood, check out the Jupiter Grill. It is Jupiter's newest dining experience here at Harborside Place.
So I grew up in South Florida, so I'm very citrus forward, very local seafood forward.
You may recognize executive chef Paul Niederman. He won season 9 of Hell's Kitchen, and he's worked with chefs and cuisines all over the country, from New York to California.
So then I kind of married a little bit of everything and brought it back to here. So we have a approachable yet eclectic take on a traditional steakhouse.
So we do have those dry age cuts, those prime dry age cuts on the menu, all the way to seafood. We have a half off happy hour.
Dan Morris is the co-owner of the Jupiter Grill. He says the modern approach to a coastal steakhouse is something he's proud to bring to the area.
I think the restaurant itself is beautiful. We showcase the barrel room here, we have the main dining, we have beautiful patios, we're waterside so you can bring your boat here with all that aspect of it.
There are a few reasons you should stop by the Jupiter Grill and try it out for yourself.
One, I'm gonna put my foot down on this one. I have the best crab cake in South Florida, from the Treasure Coast all the way down to Key West, and I will stake my reputation on that. Two, we are an approachable way to get a nice high-end steak without feeling so stuffy.
Harborside has such great restaurants and this area has such great restaurants to it that us adding to that collection just makes it for a great night out.
For more information about this coastal steakhouse and to make your reservation, visit thejupitergrill.com. South Florida Daily is giving you double the beats and double the winners. We're back with not one, but 2 ticket giveaways this week. First up, for our country lovers, Brooks & Dunn is bringing the Reboot 2024 tour to West Palm Beach. We're giving away tickets to the show at I Think Financial Amphitheater on Friday, May 3rd. The show starts at 7 p.m. Just head to the South Florida Daily Instagram page and look for the giveaway post to learn how you can enter for your chance to win. Next, a ticket giveaway for the Palm Beach's favorite waterfront music festival. Sunfest returns to downtown West Palm May 3rd through 5th. We're giving away pairs of one-day passes to the Saturday shows. Don't miss out on big names like Cole Swindell, Young Gravy, Elle King, and The Revivalists. Go to @SouthFLDaily on Instagram to learn how you can enter for your chance to win tickets to both of these amazing events. Good luck, and we'll see you at the shows this spring.
Thanks for watching us here on South Florida Daily. Megan, I've had so much fun exploring Loggerhead.
I know.
There's so much to do.
We're gonna have to hang out a little bit longer. And don't forget that they're open every single day. This is a great place to bring the family. Admission is free, so come by, check it out. So much to do. You can get more information at marinelife.org.
Absolutely. Plan your visit today and be sure to come back and join us tomorrow at noon on Fox 29 for another great episode of South Florida Daily.
The South Florida Daily set is sponsored by Eldorado Furniture.